for this, and I want you guys to be honest with me. There is a new developing theory that Honorable Kyagulanyi is a good leader, but is not the best candidate for 2021. Sarah?
Definitely I've had those questions being thrown around. He is not the best candidate, but if to briefly break it down within the history of Uganda, I think in the history of Uganda, we've had maybe one or two leaders that have come not out of the military rule. Most of the leaders, and what we are suffering from right now, is a leader who came from a military rule, who thinks, and you've heard him in some instances, him mentioning out that, I fought for this country, this is my thing. He still thinks he owns Ugandans because he went to the bush. No one sent him to the bush. For starters, no one sent him. Some of us, when he went to the bush, we were not yet born. We do not know. Whoever is signed with that agreement, they need to undo that agreement, because we were not there. None of the Ugandans, I'm sure, sent him to the bush. And we do not know what he was fighting for. And majority of us Ugandans who are here right now, we did not ask him, we don't know what he is fighting for. So if Kyagulanyi is not right, the question is asked, who would be right? Because if you look at, let me talk about the potential leaders you've had.
Then 1 second.
Yeah, Dr. Besigye comes from a military rule. As much as for the last 20 years he has tried, I don't see him doing any different from Museveni, because they have the same military background. Still will have that military iron hand, handling things than a normal way of handling things without a military background, or without thinking, I went to the bush. When I want to compare it a bit with American politics, America has leaders that come completely, I think a few leaders come from a military background. Or maybe even none. You've had Obama come from a background that is completely, he's a lawyer and all that. Now you have Trump coming in from a business world and is president. So they are able to test every guy. They are able to test every element, the bad and good, from all these leaders. But the best we have out of Kyagulanyi right now, why he's the best candidate, if I'm going to sell him in 1-2 seconds, is one. He doesn't come from military background, so we are not expecting to hear stories of I fought for this country, or this is mine, or this is no. He doesn't come from military background. He's not going to tell us about, because every time Museveni wants to deflect, he takes us back to the bush. We weren't there. Let me finish up. Museveni deflects by taking us to the bush, how they fought, how they did this, and Nakapidi, all those stories of Nakapeka, we were not there. We don't want to know those stories. Those stories, he needs to gather people of his age, the 70s, the 80s. Those are people who would understand those stories. Majority, 85% of the population of Uganda do not they are clueless of what Museveni is talking about. So why Bobi Wine is the right candidate? One, he doesn't come from a military rule. He's not going to tell us those stories. Two, Bobi Wine resonates with 85% of the population. When he talks, they understand. Bobi Wine has grown up in our eyes, in front of our own eyes. We know him, we've seen him. People who have lived far away from him, maybe they don't. I know him, I've seen him. I've seen Bobi Wine when he doesn't have a coin. I've seen Bobi Wine when he doesn't have a meal. I've seen Bobi Wine in one trouser for the whole week. So he's really someone who will understand the problems of Ugandans, because he has grown up at a time and he has been able to fight himself through the tough conditions of surviving in a country, of a dictatorship, of all that. So he's the right person. He has cropped up. He has grown up within us. We know him, we understand him, and we are able to hold him accountable, because he's not coming from a different generation. He's not going to tell us stories of yesterday.
So in other words, you want to mean that he's a very good candidate because he's a hard leader who will work for the country, not the children. Is that what Bobi Wine comes from a time where he knows he's going to be held more accountable than any of the leaders. Because, first of all, take away all the stories he's going to tell us from all his past, the war, all those shenanigans. Those are stories we do not expect from him. But he's a leader, and again, he understands. The most important thing Uganda is suffering from is President Museveni has failed to understand the problems of the population. The problems, Uganda, who is giving Museveni problems right now? It is the 40 million Ugandans who are jobless. It is the 40 million Ugandans who are not satisfied with the service delivery. So watch now what Uganda is going through is the problems of Ugandans are biting Museveni on the backside. Seriously. So Bobi Wine, we expect him, because he has failed. Sometimes you wonder and say, how can't he even understand these simple things? Sarah short,
so the fact that he has refused to understand the problems of Ugandans. So
we need a leader who understands, who has lived in the moment, who knows what Ugandans are going through right now, and maybe has a better solution, and who maybe can provide a better solution for Ugandans to come out of the
All right,
problems
so
they're living right
you
now.
know, I want to.